Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse cast, this side of East Yorkshire, and today I have a 2v3 on Red 2's Ashes. Over in the two-player team, we have got Never as the Eldar, and his teammate, the Great Goblin, as the Dark Eldar. Whereas in the opposing three-player team, we've got Martin as the Dark Eldar, Freshly Squeezed as the Chaos player, and we also have Screen T as the Tower player. So interesting matchup, interesting map. So on this three-player team, these two dudes, from what I understand, are fairly new to the mod. So we've got Martin over here who's quite experienced, and he's going to hopefully carry these boys over. Whereas these two are fairly experienced, so they're just on like a bit of a team number disadvantage. And you'll notice as well that this map in particular has space for 8 players in total. So while these dudes have got the numerical disadvantage of only having 2 players, they do have a lot more resources and requisition points and all that stuff to play with. So it should be fairly exciting. It would be lovely to see if Martin, who uploaded this game on the Ultimate Apocalypse Discord, if he'll be able to take his noobish allies on to victory while we're waiting for things to set up properly. Let's have a look at the map. So we've got like loads of, well, in the base there's just a smorgasbord of strategic points all along the walls and down in these trenches over here. We do have what looks like a bit like my hometown of whole just desolate and a bit of a wasteland. Dead centre in the middle of the map, we do have what looks to be like, how would I describe it, like a North American high school. You've got the building, you've got the geography lesson going on in the middle. It truly is a scale-to-scale replica of such an institution. So let's have a look at what's going on in the base. Dark Eldar player over here. He's going to go for Hollow Blood, double plasma generators, capturing all his bits and bobs around this map. Does look like he's just gone for tier 2, as you can tell by the disco lights in the Cabal Fortress. Eldar player over here, going to get his fleet of foot, as well as an aspect portal, and just general bits and bobs like that. Tower player, yeah, it just looks like fairly standard stuff. Got some Chaos Space Marines for the Chaos player, not going too heavy on the cultist route at the moment. Got Fleet on Fire going for these Dark Eldars over here, some warriors coming up for Martin, and Archon also pushing his way over to this side. Does look like the 3-player Dark Eldar team is going to go and try and capture this top end of the map, whereas these Guardians of the Eldar are moving on to this side of the map. Huge map, by the by. I mean, if we just zoom out all the way, like there's a lot of room for mischief and movement and secret proxy buildings and proxy bases and whatnot. I don't know if these explosions do any damage to any of the units near them, so let's keep our eyes peeled on that. Got some mines being laid down by, I'm going to have to call them by their actual names, by Martin. So Martin's that Eldar player over there, and the Great Goblin is the other one, so we'll, for once, I'm actually have to refer to people by their names. Archon standing in front, defiant in this trench. We'd have Great Goblins, warriors coming forward. Will be caught between these dudes. Martin has managed to place his listening posts, or should I say, Tower of Loathings down a lot sooner. Minefield going off. Warriors being pushed back, being stunned into position by an Archon mischief ability of some description. Mandrake's trying to ignore them and capture this strategic point over here. More Mandrakes coming out doing exactly the same. Warriors outnumbered, outmanned. We'll try and push these boys back. Mandrake's not wanting to get involved in too much close combat just yet. Not really building up any of their numbers. Well, mind you, they don't have to push out too far, as they've got loads of Towers of Loathings already in the base. They're going to go for an Archon of their own. Do have some stuff going on down here. Fire Warriors being fired at by the Guardians. The Guardian Defenders are going to fall back into this light cover, seeming to get some more squads, or squad members. They are going to come straight back round, while these Fire Warriors are preoccupied. And these guys don't do a small amount of damage, to be honest. They are going to 1v1 these Fire Warriors by the looks of things. One model of Fire Warriors goes down. Another Guardian falls down. And, yeah, the Guardians are going to be pushed back. Fire Warriors holding their ground against these Guardians. Chaos Space Marines now capturing the school. with the Guardians doing the same on the opposite side. Fire Warriors now trying to push these Guardians back, although the Guardians have been stood in light cover. They seem to have the not only the numerical advantage, but also the defensive advantage. They will chase after this Fire Warrior and probably get a whole squad wipe there. Managing to get him down, that is very unfortunate. Critical location is now under the protection of the Guardians. Do have a portal down here, which will allow the... I assume they've got... Well, they have a portal, or they will be building up a portal. Ah, there we go. Portal over here just get to be thrusted into existence. That will help Martin bring his boys back and forth. Chaos Marines firing into the lesson. These Guardians won't stand very long. Don't get any cover. Yeah, oh, that is negative cover, so taking extra damage while being sat there. What's going on? Oh, do we have... Oh, shit, we've got a whole tower base going on down here. Path of Enlightenment. And a Carja headquarters. So if anyone wants to do any sneaky harassment of the base, they won't see anything. Won't be able to spy anything going on. And that's how you can tell that the Tower player and the Chaos player are fairly new. So what you want to do, if you ever play Ultimate Apocalypse, is... Oh, there's some action. Hold on, I'll come back to that in a bit. Archon over here of Martin. Looks like he's been stunned by Goblin's Archon. Absolutely annihilated, especially with the acid rain coming down on him. Raider coming out. They are going to spot this portal and fire away at it. Tower of Loathing trying to keep these boys off the structure. Some of Martin's warriors moving in. Go and see if they can, well, jump in and then kind of just run away. Well, I suppose they're running away to the protective numerical numbers of the Mandrakes. These dudes are going to continue firing in. Does look like there's going to be a bit of a counter-attack there. Moving round this little, what would you even call it, like a amphitheatre that isn't in the ground, that doesn't go down, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Do have a Talos, the most useful vehicle in the entire Warhammer franchise, will be coming forward. Will be no match for these warriors, although we do have some Scourges now coming in. They are upgraded with their Dark Lances, so in fact maybe this Talos might not have the best of times. Talos looks bigger though. I wonder if in this mod the Talos has been made to look larger, because it certainly looks more intimidating, although its health does not survive nearly as long as what you would hope for in a mobile punching robot. Warriors over here unfettered or unbothered even by any close combat nonsense. Scourges managed to take down that Talos along with their raiders, with some boys doing a drive-by and whatnot. Tower moving in, going to build up some sentry turrets, going to help the Chaos player keep this base. Does look like they've built up a listening post on that section. On that relic, sorry. Do seem to have a bit of a defensive line, or should I say like at least a battle line being formed over here by Martin and the Dark Eldar, as well as with the tower over here. So the Eldar and the Dark Eldar of the two-player team is getting hemmed in a bit, getting the map closed off to them. Guardians over here have got a D-cannon grav platform with them, though they will need some... Ah, there we go, they've got a Warlock, so they will be able to have some infiltration detection.
How can we help?
Scourges, 2 squads in total now. Guardians just chilling out over here. Webway Gate up here as well. Shroud ability being researched. Raider got to just jump in. Not quite getting close enough to use their anti-morale ability, although then again the Dark Eldar player will just... Ah, there we go. Morale against morale. Everyone's shitting themselves. No one wants to be there. Scourges firing away with their Dark Lances. Lots of Taloses there. Raider does manage to get a couple of... Well, get shot a fair bit, but it's not going to be enough to take it down. Significant amounts of warriors. Even the high DPS damage of the Scourges won't be able to nestle its way through the sheer amount of warriors. Taloses as well. Going to be forcing to... Well, going to be forcing these Scourges to keep on moving. Will also provide a solid front line for these slightly more fragile Dark Eldar warriors. Raider does go down. I do believe that was Martin's Raider. Chaos Disco going on, allowing the Chaos player to see all that they can see, keeping the range available for these Scourges.
Incoming enemy fire.
Gonna maneuver myself this way just so we don't have to stare into the epileptic fit that is the Chaos Disco. Ah, there we go, it's gone. I can now turn back. Yeah, this is quite the push from Green Goblin. Well, not Green Goblin, the Great Goblin. Going on around the rest of the map. Fire Warriors engaging these Guardian Defenders. There's not much in the way of Guardians, although then again, they are going for Falcon Grav tanks over here. A wonderfully formatted base, look at that. Trying the Wailing Doom. Lots of Plasma Gens. That's what we like to see. A well-formatted base. These Mandrakes over here not going to have much in the way of living space as they get cut down by Talos and Warrior alike. Warriors are going to go for some Splinter Cannons, which increases their effectiveness against infantry. These guys are now also going to focus down on the portals. We do have a flanking force over here, though. Though they won't be able to do much until they get their squad members reinforced. We do have, oh bloody hell, a significant amount of Eldar down here. Going to absolutely wipe their way through the tower player. And that, my god, that my screen rate is just not enjoying itself at the moment. This is a lot for even my computer to deal with. That sentry squad, or that stealth swoop team over there has been taken down. Look, in response, holy hell, that is a lot of Raptors just jumping in. Going to be forcing these guys back into their grav tanks and then also slicing them away. Grav tanks are going to jump away and then try and get these boys back out. 12 Dark Reapers in a squad. So it gives them a significant amount of firepower to bring to bear. Chaos Raptors, more of them jumping in. I think that's a grand total of like, how many squads is that? Like 8? And these guys don't fuck about. They've got a large amount of health. If I can click on one that... Yeah, 1,500 health per 2 of them. So that's what, 750 health each, if my maths is correct. This D-cannon just been smacked around. Having the worst day possible. Dark Reapers firing away. It will take down these guys very, very quickly. But these guys do have the jump mechanic. If these guys could just keep away, the Chaos player needs to keep that micro up. These tower forces may need to move forward as well. Provide them some sort of firing support. We have some more mischief going on over here. Mines Raiders jumping in, forcing these warriors back. We do have a lot of cultists. Cannon fodder to keep the warriors busy. Also some more raptors over on this side. Absolute carnage, absolute devastation. As one player takes on 2. We also have some Chaos Space Marines in the mix as well. Talos is getting nice and close and personal. Going to be focusing down on that raptor right in front of him. Also with that raptor there as well. Scourges on the right flank are going to be focused down by some of Great Goblin Scourges. Raider falling back as the Scourges with 2 Dark Lances. We're taking some pot shots at it. Talos is managing to take out Martin's Raider. What is going on down here? Falcon Grav tanks moving around. Going to be firing away. There's lots of arc defense turrets and bits and bobs. Dark Reapers going to see if they can take on the light armour of the Sky Ray missile gunships. These Falcon Grav tanks are also equipped with missile launchers as well, so they will be able to take down the missile gunships with relative ease. Lots of Tau firepower going down there. Will force these Dark Reapers back in. Chaos Sorcerer in the mix. Going to teleport after them. They're a little bit alone in this world. And look at that speed. God blimey, they're just going to move from one side to the other. Get their dudes out so they can reinforce themselves just a little bit. Eldar versus Eldar. They are poised for battle. Morale has been broken. And the Scourges are going to see if they can focus fire on these raiders. Will manage to probably get him if it doesn't get out in time. Has been movement blocked by all the warriors, which is a great shame for Great Goblin. Talos 360 no scoping with his turret at the top. Chaos Disco forcing these guys a bit forward. We do have a lot of Tau now moving down on the southern side of the map as well. Scourge is being almost cornered, slowly but surely hemmed in. Chaos Lord moving forward. Going to be cutting his way into the flank of this raider. Although Talos will come in and see what he can do about that. Chaos Dreadnought in the mix. Going to get a full squad wipe on that Scourge. Although manages to knock the Scourge into safety. Turns his attention to the Talos. We'll see if we can stab him in the backside. Acid Rain coming down on this Scourge squad over here. We do have Chaos Shrines. God blimey, that's that. Hold on, that's a beautiful model. Beautiful building. That's yeah, it's just generally a tough fortified defense structure. Talos on the verge of death. Chaos Dreadnought just needs to turn around and give him a light tap. Chaos Lord over here, minding his own business. Oh, while this is going on, we do have some Eldar mischief going on in the tower side. It does seem that the the Falcon Grav tanks have been destroyed, and that was the death of all the Dark Reapers. Apologies if I've not looked at the economy or the bases much. There's just been so much going on. But just assume that everyone's got... In fact, let's have a quick look. 417... Yeah, everyone's in like the thousands. Apart from the tower who's like got... But you know, he's been spending a lot on stuff. We do have a Cobra super heavy coming in for the Eldar player. Chaos Sorcerer causing all sorts of mischief. Warp Spider Exarch with his boys doing what they can as well. No mega units coming out from the Dark Eldar or the Great Goblin as of yet. Any super units coming out from over here. We have a Warp Forge where Dread Claws will be coming out. It reminds me of that the Chaos Space Marines where not Fulgrim, but Evil Batman, whatever his name was. The Night Lords, yeah, the Dread Claws. Reminds me of that book, whatever that book was called. Again, highly recommend reading the Warhammer lore books. They are amazing. Holy heck, we have got a bajillion million missiles going from either end. Sky Ray missile gunships firing into the Warp Spiders. Crutox and Vespids getting close and personal. One Falcon Grav tank has been taken care of. Sentry turrets being built up. Smack bang in the middle of the fight. These Earthcast builders don't care whatsoever. Although we do have a Cobra super heavy now out on the field. Bloody no, that is a beautiful looking model. Let's see what it can do against this firing line of Skyray missile gunships. Big fire. Cool, bloody hell, that's an insane firing zone, whatever you call it, area of effect. Absolutely annihilating two Skyray missile gunships and a whole load of Tau for good measure. But its fire rate is quite slow. We'll have to keep these... Well, that Cobra, super heavy, nice and defended. Managing to absolutely wipe out that whole front line. Although, in saying that, there are more Tau coming along this way. We'll have to keep them nice and spaced out, though, otherwise the super heavy is going to just wipe out blood. Ah, dear, oh dear. Lots of damage. Crutox trying to get in close combat, but the Warp Spiders just won't allow it. We do have an Avatar of Cain on the field as well as Ancient Wraith Guards moving down. So lots of... What would you call it? Lots of just long-range boomy bits for the Eldar. These Guardians are still... Are these... Oh no, they're not Guardians, they are Webways and Listening Shrines. So Tau player is going to come over to the north side of the map, see if he can assist Martin. Martin has gone for some Trueborn Warriors, as well as some Warp Beasts. Great Goblin seems to have had most of his forces being wiped out. More Talises are coming out. We do have some racks. Are those racks? Yeah, they are racks. What's going on over here? We do have some Obliterators in the back end of the base. They will absolutely wipe their way out through anything and everything that they can get. I mean, look how quickly they can get through the health of this Shrine of Wailing Doom. These guys are going to turn back and do something about them. Can't leave them alone. Fire Prism firing away into them. These guys don't mess around there. 19,800 health for 3 models. Warp Spiders will do their best to slice their way through the Terminator, well, the twisted demon Terminator armor of these obliterators. But these guys have teleported away. These Warp Spiders will have to do something. And while that's going on, this side of the base is also a little bit under siege. Tower of Loathing here has been taken down. Telos is jumping in. Meat spinning their way into the Trueborn Warriors. These Reapers acting as artillery. This is a very unfortunate place for these Warriors to have to go through. They are going to have to bunch up and take lots more area effect damage while going through here, although the Talos will send these boys home for a little while. Obliterators now turn their attention to the Dark Eldar base. Warp Spiders not quite knowing where they've gone. They're going to rebuild all the plasma gens that they have lost. Reapers. And what a wonderful fire animation that is. That is a beautiful little descending darkness from upon high. Rax are getting close and personal. Won't be able to do much alone. But fighting side by side with their Archon. Until he falls. Or until the Rax falls, should I say. That does look like... I mean, if we just have a quick flick through the economies at the moment. Still kind of healthy. Yeah, I'd say that the two-player team is still quite... Yeah, they're still quite healthy at the moment. Even though their numbers have gone down quite significantly. Due to lack of map presence. Oh, here come the the Dreadclaws. Excellent stuff. And they're dropping down some more obliterators. Well, there's a Thunderhawk transport. I'm not sure why that's there. But... yeah. So what was I saying before? I completely forgot. I just got distracted by those wonderful Dreadclaws. Yeah, so the two-player team over here, they have absolutely totally lost the map control game. But they've still got lots of extra money in the reserves to build up some potential breakout forces. Dark Eldar building up a web sail where they'll be able to get some big, tasty titans coming out. Ancient Wraithguard slowly making their way downtown, walking fast as faces past. You have the Araspida, providing, I do believe it is a mobile shield generator. And what is the Great Goblin going for? There's a Fire Prism in support, although it is only 302 health. With some more racks coming in. Like a whole smorgasbord of racks. And Great Goblin is also going to go for tier 3. So if we could tech up, what's he going to go for? Although this does look like, to be honest, the sheer amount of rubric marines that are moving into the base now does not look like the Dark Eldar player is in it for very long. The stalwart assault from them at the beginning. It's like, I mean, the Dark Eldar player managed to get all the way over here. And the Eldar player managed to get that big Cobra super duper wonder cannon. But sadly they were not able to prevent the free player team from having mass control over the map. Let's get a little bit of a close up on these Rubric Marines. Absolutely glorious. Wow, look at that cinematic. Rax charging in. Not quite going to do it. Will be destroyed way before they even get close into combat. Chaos Sorcerer in the mix. What's going on down here? We have got lots of Vespid Stingwings trying to destroy something over here. What are they fighting? They're fighting something. Ah, they're fighting Warp Spiders. There we go. Get out of my primary school, you Warp Spiders. They won't have it. XV8 Crisis Battlesuits coming in. Ancient Wraithguards firing away. Will kill them very quickly there. Although Vespids are going to come in and engage them in close combat. giving them a bit of a slur, preventing them from doing all that much in the grand scheme of things. Cobra, super heavy. Not sure if it's morale broken. I didn't even know it had morale, to be honest. Oh, that might be the energy shield for it. And it does look like we have got a whole wipe over here. So I'm going to... I won't prolong this. I am going to call it for Martin... What's his name? Freshly Squeezed and Screen T. It was well played by everyone. And yeah, cool. Nice one. If you want to have your Ultimate Apocalypse games casted, please do upload them onto the Discord, links in below and all that jazz, because I quite like it. It's a very good mod. It's just just look at the sheer amount of absolute bonkers nonsense going on. Amazing stuff. Anyway, man's from Miss Landshark. Pleasure as always, never chill, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.